After showering, Anshin emerged to dry her hair and dance to music, unaware that Lingyu had returned. Startled by Anshin's sudden appearance behind her, Lingyu turned to see her. Though a bit embarrassed, Anshin explained she was exercising after Lingyu brought breakfast. Gu Shiner remembered what Ling Shang had mentioned earlier, and they were delivered promptly. It turned out to be the fruits and flowers that Ling Shang had ordered previously, along with the daily messages. The project plans sent by employees were also Ling Shang's responsibility each day. The pictures Shiner had taken were meticulous, and Shiner was touched. Lingyu had signed contracts with all the investors. The Ling Xiao plan had been officially launched. He was so occupied that he brought lunch to Lingyu. Lingyu felt a pang of jealousy upon learning that the lunch was reminiscent of Anshin's childhood with Shang, but still found it heartwarming. Lingyu was anxious about the plan, yet Anshin comforted him as a lucky charm. The next day, Lingyu saw the press conference hosted by Shang and proposed a plan identical to Ling Xiao's. Lingyu immediately called for an emergency meeting. The company had suffered a loss of 200 million yuan. Several investors opted to withdraw their investments, placing Newell in a severe crisis. The company's shareholders blamed Lingyu, yet he refused to give up on Newell. Anshin heard from Yo-Yo that the source of the trouble might be the Gu family, which deeply unsettled her. Lingyu faced public insults and even had the company's entrance blocked by protesters. Anshin sought out her brother, Shang. Initially incredulous, Anshin discovered it was indeed Shang behind all this. Anshin wondered why her brother would do such a thing, but Shang revealed that if it weren't for Lingyu, he might have been the one standing beside her. Anshin could only advise him against being arrogant. Shang promptly called Lingyu. The two argued for a while, leaving Lingyu so frustrated he ended up throwing a cup in anger. At the e-commerce summit, Gu Shang was presenting the Anshin plan when suddenly Lingyu appeared, announcing Newell's full support for the plan. Reporters questioned this move, but Lingyu did not criticize the Anshin plan. Shang asked for the reason behind Lingyu's support, to which Lingyu warned Shang not to celebrate too soon. It turned out Mr. Liu hadn't informed Shang that the 5G logistics warehouse project was affiliated with Newell. Lingyu spotted this loophole and used it to turn the situation around. This left Gu Shang completely fooled, and the Gu group faced legal action, unable to contact Mr. Liu. Gu Shang found himself surrounded by reporters and had to take refuge in a hotel. Shiner went to find Anshin upon learning this. At that moment, Anshin was unaware of the situation, but Shiner blamed Anshin entirely for it, even though her calls to Shang went unanswered, so she sent him a message. Meanwhile, President Liu went to meet with a mysterious person secretly, revealing there was someone pulling the strings behind all of this. Upon returning home, Lingyu and Anshin quarreled over the events. Lingyu was furious, leaving Anshin feeling helpless. Why was trust taking so long to establish? Lingyu still couldn't fully believe in himself. Anshin went for a checkup at Dr. Zhao's hospital and stumbled upon the archives from Maria Hospital. It turned out to be where Dr. Xiao had first practiced. Anshin shared her concerns with Dr. Xiao, discovering that Dr. Xiao was actually the one who conducted the original paternity test for her. Dr. Xiao promised to help Anshin investigate further. Dr. Xiao visited Dr. Zhang's hospital and discreetly checked his computer. Anshin's information and some recordings were found. Though the process was tense, nothing incriminating was discovered. Dr. Xiao relayed this to Anshin, who listened to the recordings. It revealed that Yang Hong was behind it all. Yang Hong had threatened Jiang Tao to manipulate the paternity test. Even Yugua's medical report had been falsified by her. Therefore, Yugua's injury had nothing to do with Anshin. Anshin felt deeply saddened upon hearing this, unable to comprehend why Yang Hong would treat her this way. Anshin went to the Gu household to confront Yang Hong about these revelations, but Yang Hong remained tight-lipped, though she seemed visibly shaken. Anshin warned Yang Hong, both internally and externally.